Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Venomosh, aka Josh Fjellstead.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear Gloomring, Tanner Greenring.
This is Experience Share, a Pokemon podcast. We have been recording and releasing episodes for one whole year.
Jesus.
It's episode 52.
Wow.
Which means that we've been doing this for a calendar year.
Who would have thought?
And isn't that something to think about?
Not me.
Isn't that something to think about?
Look at us.
This time look at us. This time last year, I was a new dad. I had a 5-month-old.
Wow, you grow up so fast.
I think I had just gone back to work after an extended parental leave.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, former company, for giving me that extended parental leave and then laying me off.
It's pretty nice. Yeah. Win some, you lose some.
Shortly afterwards.
At least you got that out of it, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Can't believe we've been doing this for a whole year, Joshua. Wow.
What a year it's been.
And we've made it through 3 games of 8 in a year.
Yeah.
Let's extend that timeline out. It sounds like we have about 1.5 more years.
That's it?
Before we're out of content.
Well, by then they'll have another gen out.
That's true, and we're going to play all the side games.
So that's several more weeks.
In fact, we announced last week, right, that we were going to do the Season 3 GC?
Yeah, we announced because people are going to have to spend some time finding them. I just bit the bullet, spent fucking $90 on Pokemon Coliseum. Because I'm so deranged, I had to get one that had a manual.
Oh, you're nuts. No,
it was fun with Pokemon Snap to like read this outdated manual, and then that added like $10 to $15 onto the whole thing.
I just bought a copy of Gale of Darkness, and
I had to do that still.
The copies that come with manuals, like fully complete in box with manual, is like astronomically expensive. I think I spent like $90 on a third-party box and essentially just the.
Oh, come on!
Just the disc. So.
Well, I had to get at least the box.
Yeah.
Oh.
You might be in trouble there. It's a tough thing to find. It's a rare item in the collector's circles.
You have to start making some money off this thing, huh?
Joshua, we're playing Pokemon, and we have been for some time now, just about a year.
Yeah.
We are playing through Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's Season 3B.
It's a Nuzlocke run.
We were towards the end of the game. We took on Giovanni in Viridian City this week.
Our old foe.
But first, Joshua, let's start at the beginning. We left off in Cinnabar at the end of last episode, taking on Blaine at Cinnabar City Gym with all of his spicy little fire Pokemon.
And the Rapidash that he's turned on.
Ooh, that muscular.
Not as muscly anymore.
Not as muscly, but still a specimen.
Yeah.
Still a feast for the eyes and the senses.
Just more toned these days.
We defeated him, and the second you leave his gym, Joshua, what happens?
That freak, Bill, just comes careening out of who knows where, yelling at you, exclaiming,
"Get on my boat!" It's like, what boat? What boat? What do you mean?
Not Penny's boat?
He doesn't even give you the choice. All of a sudden, you're just following him onto his boat.
Yeah, for some reason, he wants you to go with him to visit his dear friend, Celio.
Celio!
Out on the Sevii Islands.
Like, Celio!
I was like, Celio!
That's
glad that I managed to make A Night at the Roxbury canon.
Yeah, that's a quote from Josh's favorite film of all time, Night at the Roxbury.
It was my favorite film for a time. It's not my favorite film anymore.
Okay, it's still a beloved film of yours, though. In fact, why didn't any of the characters of Night at the Roxbury make it into the Joshy's beloved?
I don't think you had a category for it.
Favorite film characters was one.
I don't think so. Oh, well, we had Nausicaa.
Yeah. From favorite films: Truman, Ferris Bueller, Nausicaa, Mason, Dr. Richard Kimball.
No, they didn't make it.
And then what are their names?
The
favorite film.
God,
it's your favorite film, Josh. You should know this.
I mean, I know their last name's Butabi. The Butabi
Oh,
brothers.
let's see. You could have just done that.
Well, can we add them? You're going to catch some more, Mon. Let's add them right now.
Add 'em right
Steve.
now.
Okay, Steve and Doug
Steve
Butabi.
Butabi.
Your brothers?
Whoa! This is the Roxbury. No one gets in unless you're on the list.
We're on the list.
Yeah. Names?
Doug Butabi.
Steve Butabi.
Your brothers?
No. Yes!
It's quite a joke.
Doug Butabi. Okay, they're officially in the dock.
Wow, what an omission. Thanks for catching that one.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see Doug Butabi on the field.
Anyway, where were we? Blaine. Bill. Celio. Sevii Islands. We're off. We're whisked away.
We're speeding away on that nice little boat.
His little, like, what do you call them? Catamaran. Like,
Catamaran boat.
it's got the two little pontoons.
Yeah, it's a catamaran. But it's electric or like
Powered.
powered. Yeah, it's not. Doesn't have a sail.
Yeah.
It was nice. You don't get to roam around though.
The boat.
Yeah.
No, it's moving too fast. You're strapped in.
You're on that thing for about 3 seconds.
Did you see that animation?
Yeah.
You're just ripping up the water. Ripping and a tearing. Ripping and a tearing.
Bill is ripping cigs.
Was he?
No, but I'd like to think that's his personality type. I mean, he's always running around or he's like being turned into a Pokemon. You gotta imagine this guy is a chain smoker.
He's got a high pressure job. He's in charge of the entire fucking Pokemon storage system across all of Kanto and Sevii Islands.
Well, and that's why he has to go out to the Sevii Islands, is he is having his friend Celio, who seems slightly incompetent, set up the internet, the Bill's PC system.
He invented the internet.
Yeah.
Celio and Bill did.
Is a regular Al Gore.
Yeah. You take Bill's journey with him to Sevii Islands, and you are immediately put on the railroadiest of railroads to journey across all 3 islands to, like...
Yeah.
It's the ultimate, like, fetch quest, because you get there and you're told, like, oh, before you do that, you need to do this. And then you go and do that thing, and you're like, I can't even remember what all the details are. Let's see. You arrive...
Yeah, it's the Pokemon Net Center, which is just a big Pokemon center, and it's got this like big machine in it that like Celio's working on, and then Bill remarks about it.
Right.
Bill gives you a meteorite that you have to deliver to his friend on 2 Island for some reason.
Yep. And you can't engage with anyone or interact with anyone or access any of the computers until you go and give this meteorite to this guy on 2 Island.
Yeah, you got to do this whole thing. You don't have access to the PC until after 3 Island.
So they really just send you on this whole quest to like see all the islands before you can actually like engage with all the islands. So you take the boat over to 2 Island and you talk to this guy. And he's like, listen, I'd love to help you, and I love rocks, and I would love to like take that rock from you and enjoy it. But my daughter is missing.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting here at the game corner. He owns the game corner.
Yeah, he owns the game corner.
And not doing anything about his missing daughter.
Her name is Lostelle, and it's like, okay, well, a little on the nose there, guy. You should have named her Lostelle.
Yeah.
And she is lost on Island 3, on 3 Island.
Yeah.
So you turn back around, you get right back on that ding-dang catamaran, and you drive out to 3 Island.
Yeah.
And once you're there, the place is overrun.
You meet a biker on 2 Island who's hanging out at Game Corner also. And he says he's looking for his friends.
They're all on 3 Island. They've got like a rally or something going out there. They're all like hanging out, menacing the local populace.
Yeah.
Nothing to be done about it except step up and whoop ass.
Clean up the mean streets of the street, let's be honest. The one street in 3 Island.
Yep. Keep in mind, still have no access to the computer system. So you're just kind of stuck with whatever Pokemon you came to Sevii Island with.
Yeah.
For this entire journey. You can heal them, which is nice, but like...
And on 3 Island, you can't even get to the mart yet. The bikers are blocking the like northern part of the town.
Yeah. So this is kind of where this week's journey truly begins. Like, now you are finally unlocked from the railroad, and you are like free to kind of go about your own business. Like, you had the freedom and you're making all these moves. It's not like they were controlling your character through this whole thing, but like you were pretty hobbled by the fact that you couldn't go anywhere or do anything or use any of the computers until you like get to this moment where you have to step up and face off against this biker gang.
Yeah.
And Josh, I
Had a really easy time doing it because it was easy.
It was easy, and my Pokemon are all over-leveled, but something unexpected happened to me.
Oh, God, Tanner.
Unexpected happened to me in this moment.
Oh, Tanner, you can't do this to me again.
One sec.
If you're going where I think you're going, I just want to point out, let me do a quick scroll here. I haven't added to my kill count since episode 50.
Okay, Joshua, so thank you for vamping while I chose a song, because I do have to prepare and sing a song for you. I was struggling to kind of get everything done before the episode tonight, and I forgot to pick a song, but I do have one now.
Oh, and you were an emotional wreck.
And I was an emotional wreck, right, because I did face off against these cue balls.
It's roughnecks.
So you step up to them, they're menacing the local population, you step up and you say, I will challenge you, boys.
And they're like, let's play, little mouse.
So you finish one battle, and the next one, like, immediately begins.
It's 4 of them, yeah.
And it all culminates with you taking on their leader, Paxton.
Now that's the name of, like a QAnon fucking white supremacist.
He's already like a skinhead, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
So-
the cue ball, and the other 3 are all bikers, and they're
Right.
just goons.
So you take this guy on, and he's only got a couple Pokemon. Shouldn't be any big deal, right? Muck.
Wheezing, Muck, that's it. Both level 39. That's chump change. We're dozens of levels above that.
I know, right? Right? Should have been a cakewalk, huh?
Oh, God.
So
What
I have
happened?
Dr. Richard Kimball, my Gyarados, out in the lead position, just doing a little leveling,
Yep.
having fun, just fucking around. Like, who cares? This is a joke to me.
It's a tropical reprieve.
Take out Muck, no problem. Paxton sends in Wheezing. Mm-hmm. And Wheezing self-destructs.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Wheezing self-destructs and kills Dr. Richard Kimball, my Gyarados.
Did he have damage, or was it like just a big hit?
I think he had damage from the Muck. Yeah. So,
You've had Dr. Richard Kimball for so long.
yeah, and I've
Looks like he's not going to be able to prove his innocence this time, huh?
prepared a song, and by prepared a song, I mean
Fugitive
I Googled the song
reference.
very quickly.
I hope you'll still put your heart and soul into it in remembrance of your Gyarados that you've had since Vermilion City. This is the original Magikarp.
Vermilion City. It's Magikarp I caught
old
with
rod?
my old rod in Vermilion City. Yeah.
Oh my God.
When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold, when your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all and the blood runs stale, I wanna hide the truth, I wanna shelter you, Dr. Richard Kimball, but there's a beast inside, and his name is Cue-Ball Paxton. No matter what we breed, we still are made of greed. This is my kingdom come, this is my kingdom come. When I feel my heat, look into my eyes, it's where my demons hide. It's where my demons hide. Don't get too close. It's dark inside. It's where my demons hide. It's where my demons hide. And it's a beautiful, touching song by Imagine Dragons, and I imagine the time I had a dragon, and his name is Gyarados, and now he's dead.
Okay. I was wondering how that was all going to connect.
He was a dragon. Well, he's not. He's flying water.
No, he's flying water. That's been a, trope throughout the series.
I imagined he was a dragon.
Yeah. Way back in Vermilion City when you trained him in order to take on Lieutenant Surge.
Yeah. So it felt like a fitting tribute.
And he made it out of that gym, but he could not make it out of the Sevii Islands.
Can't believe I lost my fucking Gyarados.
It's pretty rough.
What a punch in the nards.
Yeah.
What a punch in the dang nards it was.
Yeah.
I was so cocky last week. I was like, I'm not going to lose any more Pokemon. I was so confident. But you never know when someone's going to fucking sneak attack you with a self-destruct.
I was the one who was saying that there's still a chance we could lose them, and then I didn't lose anyone.
I know.
I mean, we haven't done the Elite Four yet.
It was embarrassing. I'm humiliated, and I'm humbled by the experience. And I hope to learn from it, and I hope to grow. And I did catch a new water-type Pokemon who's become my main champion on my team to replace Gyarados. So it's not that much of a loss. Anyway,
all right, well, we didn't even say Rest in Petals yet before you were talking about how you replaced him already.
And Rest in Petals.
Yeah.
Rest in Petals, but, gone, not forgotten, but also not missed, and good riddance.
Apparently, I mean...
Water flying. You're not even a dragon?
Apparently, I forgot about him, too, when we were talking about, I didn't think there was a film category, and Dr. Richard Kimball, The Fugitive, one of my favorite fucking characters also, and films.
Yeah. So, anyway, I lost a Pokemon. It sucked.
R.I.P.
You didn't lose anybody, it sounds like.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And that was kill count.
That was kill count. And Josh didn't lose anybody.
I'm still at 5.
You took on these 4 guys, and did he self-destruct on you?
No.
Dang.
I was using fucking Bobby Bacaleary, Executor. I just used Psychic, 1-hit KO on all of them.
Fine.
I don't have time for this poison bullshit.
All right, so we defeat these guys, and that
They fuck off.
That kind of unlocks the rest of the journey for us.
Well, I noticed that on 3 Island, when you're in the port, there's some hole in the wall, and if you go in there, it's 3 Isle path, and there's some guy who's prospecting for gold in it.
Right.
But it doesn't go anywhere. So we know that there are 4 more islands, 7 islands. They're not super subtle about the naming convention here.
Yep.
But they unlock after the Elite Four, so I imagine we're going to see some more stuff happen here.
Now we can finally use the computer here again for some reason, right?
Yeah.
We definitely could, because I went and released my Gyarados immediately.
Yeah, it coincidentally, Celio and Bill get the system internet running.
Yeah.
Right after you tussle with all of these skinheads.
Yeah. So now we're on 3 Island, right?
Yeah.
We've defeated the skinheads, and we still need to find Lostelle.
Yeah.
So you journey onward, and you find your way to...
You can do it in different orders. I know I did it in a different order.
Oh, let me hear about the order you did it in then.
Well, why I'm noting it, and especially because we are talking about Gyarados, I didn't check the PC because none of my Pokemon died, so I just assumed that the PC was going to be down for the entire time that I was on the islands.
Okay.
I went back to 1 island, and I actually did it in backwards order, where I then did Mount Ember, which includes going to the Ember Spa.
Right.
That's where you get HM06, which is Rock Smash, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to get a Pokemon out, so that means I had to teach Rock Smash to one of my Pokemon in my team.
So they railroaded you on this journey where you have to go find Lostelle to give the Meteorite to the Game Corner admin to unlock the net for Celio and Bill.
Yeah.
And what you decided to say was, fuck that. I'm going to go back to Island 1.
I didn't know it was open.
Okay, well... I guess, no, you know what? And, God bless you wherever you are now, Dr. Richard Kimball, my Gyarados. God bless you. I'm looking up at you, and I'm cherishing your memory because you gave me the opportunity to go check the computer to make sure that I could deposit or release Pokemon.
It was worth it.
And then saw that I could and didn't go back to Island 1 and didn't train fucking Rock Smash to one of my main Pokemon. And who'd you train it to, Joshua?
Gyarados. Silvio. Well, he had Hyper Beam, and I was planning to replace that anyway. And I was like, all right, well, we got access to the Move Tutor.
Except Move Tutor, eats mushrooms. You have to feed him mushrooms to get him to tutor your moves. And it's like, I don't even know what that means.
It's going to be a nightmare that I will be dealing with over the next week.
Where do you even find mushrooms?
Cannot go to the Elite Four with a Gyarados knowing fucking Rock Smash.
Where are the mushrooms?
Paris and Parasects will have them.
That's it?
Randomly.
Wait, is that it? Your only option is to catch 1,000,000 Parises and Parasects?
Well, you can use Thief on them.
Guy, Move Tutor guy, I'll pay you in cash. I've got cash. Let me pay you. You can go buy mushrooms with the cash that I give you. That's how economies work.
I would much rather pay for it.
That's how capitalism works.
I got so much money.
And it's evil. It's evil. Yes, I agree it's evil. And you've found some new way to do things, and that's interesting. But, like, it's so unreasonable to demand mini and big mushrooms.
Although it is 50% chance that they will have them.
Okay, that's not bad.
And they might have big mushrooms, which you just need one big mushroom.
Funny.
But it sucks because I also am planning to, I think I will keep Firo and run it through Elite Four, which I think is interesting and a situation I never would have thought I'd find myself in. But that means I will also need to get more mushrooms because I will be deleting Fly from my Firo.
Firo, yeah.
So that I can teach it something else because Drill Peck is better and it has Drill Peck.
What a journey you're on, man.
So I'm going to be tripping over this next week.
God, I'm glad I don't have to do any of that.
Over a bunch of corpses of Paris.
Oh, good save. I feel like my moves are all in a pretty good space. I don't need to do much deleting.
Yeah.
I've reserved a lot of my bad HMs for HM friends.
Well, I wasn't expecting to have to do this. Fortunately, I did figure out that the PC was back before I taught one of them fucking cut also.
Yeah.
Because you also need cut.
What a nightmare, Josh, for you.
Should we just do it in the order that you should do it in?
Well, I don't know if one's right and one's wrong, but like I was on 3 Island. I saw the opportunity to keep moving forward. You make your way past the biker gang.
Yeah, you make your way up to the northern part of town and there's like a Pokemart, and then you also go into the houses and you meet some dad who is like talking about how he doesn't let his kid go into the berry forest because there's a ghost there, and he's basically shaming this other dad for letting Lostelle run off. How did she get there, by the way?
Yeah, you have to take a fucking speedboat.
Like, she's swimming between the islands?
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Because they're not going to let her on the boat on her own.
Right.
So, anyway,
She's a child.
his daughter, this guy's daughter, says that she saw Lostelle head off toward Berry Forest, and again, didn't do anything about it.
Yeah. Like, okay. Sounds like her problem.
No wonder this place was being run by ruffians.
And then you make your way west from there, and there's a bridge that has a name for some reason. It's called Bond Bridge, even though it's a totally unremarkable bridge.
It's like a screen.
Yeah.
Barely a screen length.
Why did this get a name? Don't know.
Yeah.
There's some tall grass here where you can do a little catching, and there's some water where you can do a little surfing. So there's 2 catchable Pokemon in the Bond Bridge area of 3 Island, Joshua. I have a bone to pick with the Sevii Islands.
You're going to pick a bone right now.
Yeah, because it's the first opportunity I had to catch Pokemon. I was like, ooh, so excited. I've heard so much about these Sevii Islands. I can't wait to catch some Gen 2 and Gen 3 Pokemon that I haven't seen yet. Ooh, it's going to be so fun. And then the first fucking Pokemon I encounter is a Pidgey!
Oh, that's really devastating.
And I caught it, and its name is Maven Blackbriar.
Oh, from Skyrim.
Yeah.
An associate of the Thieves Guild, the head of, what the hell is that town?
Wait.
Riften.
Yes, Riften.
She's a shady character, but I think she's got like a, you respect it.
Yeah. Is she the Khajiit, or is she the Dark Elf?
She's just a
Nord.
Nord.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then, Joshua, I went surfing, thinking maybe there's something more interesting in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Tentacle.
Yeah.
Its name is Tentacle. I caught it. Its name is Tentacle. It's in the box. I have 8 fucking tentacles in my box now.
God, you kept catching them? I just...
You never know, Josh. You never know. You never know when you're going to
Well, I already have, I think, 3, and I do know at this point that's not going to happen. I slaughtered the Tentacle.
Okay.
I was leveling Magneton, and I was just like, fuck this. I don't care anymore. Slaughtered. I did get a Persian in the grass, though.
Oh, interesting.
That I was into, level 40.
Cutie?
Cookie.
Ooh, Cookie. It's a cute name for it, too.
Who is one of the retired, like, mafia moms that Polly's mother, Firo's mother, knows in the retirement home.
Okay.
Cookie, and it seemed like, I mean, we're getting to the bottom of the list of main characters, by the way.
Yeah.
But I like this Persian. I feel like we've had a pretty, like, Meowth and Persian stock has been on the upswing
Right.
in the past season or so.
Yeah, we're Meowth heads and Persian heads over here.
Yeah.
Started with me getting Meowth in the worst game we've ever played, and then that saucy Persian character in the same game. You know, like...
Yeah, Felicity Bank. Yeah.
That game, as much as we hated it, really improved Persian and Meowth stock quite a bit for us. So
Yeah.
we find our way to Berry Forest, where we've heard that there are ghosts and lost little girls.
Yeah.
And
It's like a Viridian forest vibe in here.
I waded into the grass to catch something interesting. Again, not having any expectations for the type of Pokemon on Sevii Islands, just knowing I'm excited to be here, excited to get some of these Gen 2 and Gen 3 Pokemon I've heard so much about. And I got a drowsy. A drowsy attacked me. Just a drowsy.
It's pretty good.
No, it's not.
It's more interesting.
Sure, it's slightly more interesting than whatever, but like, it's not some cool Gen 3 Pokemon that I was promised.
We've said you need the national decks before they come out, and we don't get that until after the Elite Four.
Drowsy, George Orwell, welcome to the team. Whatever.
All right, yeah, that's pretty good. Well, interestingly enough, I got a Hypno. And I didn't have a Drowsy at all. I don't know if this is your first Drowsy, but I had never had any of the line. And I skipped straight to the top.
It is my first Drowsy. I hadn't caught one before. In fact, I've never caught one ever.
Wow.
They're just not appealing to me.
Congrats.
And I'll tell you what else isn't appealing to me. It's my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the Week.
And who is that?
Hypno. Hypno?
Who I named Junior Soprano, who is the head of the Soprano family.
Tony Soprano was the head of the Soprano family.
Well, he's the acting, like, capo. But Junior Soprano is his deceased father's brother. And he's, like...
Oh, it's like a
figurehead.
Hamlet sort of thing.
Yeah. And Hypno, obviously, this, like, creepy old man.
And that is why he is my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the Week. He's a weird, gross pervert.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, I don't really see any way around it.
He's got the weird, like, palm. What do you call this? Like Shakespeare used to wear them.
That's what I was trying to figure out. It's not an ascot. Because that's, like, right underneath your neck, right?
Yeah.
But
What's
this is the
neck
Shakespearean, like,
thing?
all around the neck.
Shakespeare war. Okay, it's called a ruff. He's got a ruff.
That's it.
Yeah,
Ruff.
it's just called a ruff.
RUFF?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. He's got a ruff.
Rough.
He's got this little, like, pocket watch that he uses to hypnotize children.
Yeah.
He's got sort of a menacing presence. He's in your face. His sprite,
He
he's kind of like
over.
leaning towards you. Yeah. I just don't like him, and he's my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the Week.
He's weirdly, like, hairless despite that ruff.
Well, and he evolves from Drowsy, right?
Yeah.
So what happened to all that dirt that Drowsy was covered in?
I think that's just, like
Like, he went and, like, took a
a
shower.
different gradient.
He, like, took a shower and, like, cleaned himself up a little bit. It's even worse.
That sucks.
Who showered him? Anyway, Hypno's my You Make Me Barf Pokemon of the Week, and it's your Hypno. It's the one you caught, Junior Soprano.
Okay. Really, I would have thought it would be a different Hypno.
No, it's yours. So live with that.
That's fine. I don't like Junior Soprano.
Okay, fine.
But I need to have a backup psychic Pokemon or two. So Hypno is potentially an option.
It's interesting, and he knows some Mayor Sleep moves, too. It's kind of right in the name.
Yeah, and he is level, like, 40.
Yeah.
So you could kick that into high gear pretty easily.
We'll see what happens next week, Joshua, when we take on the Elite Four and eventually take on one another, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's not even up to the coin flip.
No, we will be battling next week.
We will be battling.
Yes.
You find Lostelle. Here she is. She was Lostelle in the forest.
She's at the end of it, and she's like, oh, like, I didn't know what to do because a scary monster trapped her.
That's Hypno.
And it's a Hypno, which is what I thought you would say is the You Make Me Barf, because that one is creepy. It's trapping a little girl in the middle of the woods.
Oh, yeah. No, that one's bad, too, but it's specifically your Hypno that really yucked me out.
Okay.
So.
It's level 30, so that was just an absolute joke.
Save Lostelle. She says thank you, and luckily the game does not make you go through the entire journey back to Island where the kid's dad is and the game corner. It just transports you there.
Yeah, you just show up at the game corner.
And he thanks you. He takes your meteorite and he gives you a Moonstone. Yes.
And that's it.
And then that's it.
He doesn't give you fucking anything for returning his daughter. She gives you an Iapapa berry.
Yeah.
Which just, like, heals some of your health.
You can go on a berry hunt in Berry Forest.
And I was in a berry forest. I can get berries whenever I want. I don't need this.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Again, where's the money? Where's the mushrooms?
And then you leave, Josh, the game corner, and when you go back in, it's all set up as a game corner again, except you can't play any of the games.
No.
Because they're all, like, net enabled.
Multiplayer.
Yeah.
This internet they're all jazzed up about.
They seem fun. One's called like Pokemon Jump or something like that.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the other one is, but
The other one is like a Dodrio game where you have to have a Dodrio, by the way, to even engage it.
wow.
It's Dodrio berry picking, and you use Dodrios to catch as many purple berries as possible and avoid the green ones. It sounds like a Mario Party minigame. You know
That
that
sounds
one
fun
where
though. Why would they keep us from
No,
that?
I would love to play that where the fruit just falls from a tree and you have a little
That sounds
basket.
so much fun. I don't know why they're keeping it from us. Anyway, that's the leg of the journey that gives us full access to Sevii Islands, and we have more islands to explore, and we will, Joshua,
After
this break.
Got you.
Joshua, we're on the Sevii Islands, and we're on island number 2 called 2 Island.
2 Island.
We've just handed over Lostelle to her father. He has given us access to everything. We make our way out to Cape Brink,
Yeah.
the only catchable area in all of 2 Island. There's like you kind of journey northward, and there's like a little bit of a rough patch of grass and then like a lake with a waterfall in it.
Yeah. It's very beautiful. I would live there.
You can dig around in the grass a little bit to find one of these boring Pokemon that you've seen for the entire game, and who cares, and why are we even excited about this, and why do we even come here? Or you can surf /
Oh, fish.
well, I actually wouldn't recommend surfing, but I would recommend fishing.
Surfing sucks because you just
Yeah,
get
you're just going to catch a
tentacles.
tentacle. But you can fish, which is what I decided to do. I was feeling burned by the Pidgeys that I had caught on fucking Island 3.
Right.
And I was feeling burned by the loss of my main water-type Pokemon, Dr. Richard Kimball Gyarados. So I went fishing, baby.
Oh, yeah. Whipped out that super rod.
I whipped out that super rod. And I caught myself Uncle Steve,
Oh,
the Poliwag.
great uncle.
Yeah.
One of my favorite uncles.
And one of my favorite Pokemon, which is why I've saved Uncle Steve for Poliwag, and I had a Poliwag on my team, and it became a Poliwhirl, and then I also had a Waterstone, so I evolved it into a Poliwrath.
Oh, see, you're having like Polyline redemption narrative here
Yep.
for your deceased Poliwhirl.
Is Uncle Steve Poly by any chance? Because that would fit really well. Polyamorous.
I don't think so.
That's okay. It still works.
There isn't really anything to indicate that, but we've never had an explicit discussion about it. But, you know, maybe next time I see him, I can try to weave it in
Okay.
to the conversation.
Yeah, I would just ask him. Just say, and you can frame it, like put it on me, frame it around this podcast. Be like, I have a friend, Tanner. We have a Pokemon podcast together.
Yeah.
He caught a Poliwag. He named it after you. Are you polyamorous?
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that'll explain itself.
It's pretty straightforward.
How old is he?
Like 65.
Yeah, he'll get that. He'll get every word of that. So anyway, we're back. We're back. The Poly Squad is back.
Okay.
Thrilled to have him back on my team.
So he lived.
Spent a ton of time evolving him. Yep.
Okay. You're always like stressed for time, but then it's also like you're always raising some new Mon like 50 levels.
Well, I have to, Josh.
Because you keep letting them die.
Yeah. I needed a water type Pokemon.
You
May as well go with the best.
You do need a water type Pokemon. And I'm pleased for you. I'm happy for you that you got your favorite.
Thank you.
And here's an editor's note for you. As we record these episodes a couple of weeks out from when they go live, apparently both of us, especially Tanner though, forgot that he previously caught a Shelder and named that Shelder Uncle Steve. But as that thing was boxed immediately, you know, whatever. This Poliwrath is Uncle Steve now, and long live Uncle Steve the Poliwrath. Now back to your previously scheduled, in the past, programming.
Who'd you catch in Cape Brink?
A Slowpoke, another Slowpoke.
It's cute though.
That's
Slowpoke's a good catch.
Hesh Rabkin. Hesh is a Jewish former music producer who's done some deals with Tony, but isn't really in the mob.
Was there a Jewish mafia in Sopranos?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's it for Island 2.
Did you go to the house?
Which house?
At the Cape. There's a woman who lives in a house at the end of it.
Yeah, I did. I didn't capture anything. It must not have been very notable to me. I don't remember what she said or...
I don't know how to break this to you.
Oh, wait. Yes. So I do remember. I went in and she talked to me and said something about my Alakazam, and then she was like, oh, you're Alakazam, ... And then like the conversation ended.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
I just changed the Pokemon up front a few times, and Venusaur activated it.
Okay. And what did it activate?
She will teach you a special move that I then looked up because I was like, why is it Venusaur? I mean, I guess obviously she will teach your starter Pokemon, so this is why I hesitated to tell you that she'll teach your starter Pokemon a special once-in-a-lifetime move.
Okay.
If you have a starter Pokemon.
And it's got to be starter. It can't be Poliwrath.
No.
Okay.
It's got to be Venusaur, Charizard, or Blastoise.
Okay. And what's the move?
For Venusaur, it was Frenzy Plant.
And is it good?
I chose not to.
So I'm not missing out on much.
I chose not to because it's a 5 PP move, and it does 150 damage.
That's pretty good.
90% accuracy.
That's really good.
Pretty sure it's the same. It's equivalent for the other two.
But what's Hydro Pump? 150, 95 accuracy? That's really good.
It is. My problem is just...
Hydro Pump is 110, 80. And Fire Blast is 110, 85. And what even is the plant equivalent to Hydro Pump and Fire Blast?
Solar Beam, basically.
Solar Beam is 120, 100. You're so dumb. You should have done this.
I can go back and do it whenever I want, and I probably will when we battle, but when I'm going into the Elite Four, I want Razor Leaf.
Oh, yeah. The lack of PP, I guess, is...
5 is not going to fucking get me through the... I mean, even with PP up and I get it to 8, that's not going to get me through the fucking Elite Four, man.
Yeah.
Razor Leaf is 25 PP, and that's a lot of PP.
That is a lot of PP.
Only 55 damage, but critical hit pretty frequently. And the moveset that I have now that Venusaur is level 53, spoiler alert, is Synthesis, Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, and Razor Leaf. So this boy is there to put you to sleep, Leech Seed you up, and then just fucking hang out.
I'm a sucker for the big hardy moves like Hydro Pump and Solar Beam and Fire Blast. And had Tom York, my Charmeleon, survived into this point of the journey,
R.I.P.
he definitely would have had something like Fire Blast by now, and I would have definitely swapped it out for whatever this lady's fire move is.
Blast Burn.
That sounds cool, and I would have done that.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous I didn't get the chance to do that, and it seems discriminatory in a lot of ways.
Blast Burn is also 150 damage, 5 PP.
Well, fuck her, and fuck you. That's the end of 2 Island. So now that we're done with 2 Island, and now that we're done with this fetch quest of finding this girl, we've got all of the islands in front of us, and that is, Joshua, kind of where our paths converged.
Yes.
Because you headed towards 1 Island first, and this is how I ended up at 1 Island.
Yeah.
So we're back. Bill's still there. Celio is still there.
Yeah.
I accidentally engaged with them, and Bill's like, okay, great, let's go back to the mainland.
Oh, did you have to go all the way back?
I ended up back in Cinnabar, and then he was like, if you want to go back to the Sevii Islands, just go to Vermilion and take the boat from there. And I was like, God. What? Fine. So I flew to Vermilion and got on the boat back to 1 Island and ended up back here. So
give Gyarados a proper burial over there.
Yeah, I wanted to bring him back, and yeah, I cremated him. I had Arcanine burn up his remains, and I spread them in the ocean where I caught him. It was beautiful.
It's very nice.
And I sang that Imagine Dragons song again.
But we don't have to hear it again.
1 Island.
Yeah.
Here we are. So there's a few different catchable routes here. Well, the first thing you can do is surf southward.
Yeah, from the port.
Every other island, when you try to surf off the port, it says, the currents are too strong here. Turn back. But on 1 island, you can surf off the port and head south. And to the south of 1 island is another island. Doesn't have a name.
Treasure Beach.
Yeah, the beach is called Treasure Beach. What's the island called?
Oh, that's true.
They didn't bother naming this one. There's a couple trainers here and a little patch of grass where you can do some hunting, some mon hunting. And I did, Josh, and I caught Tangela.
Oh, congrats.
First Bueller.
A Ferris Bueller.
And I also caught a tentacle in the bay.
Speaking of, that's probably my favorite movie, maybe. Truman Show or Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
What an interesting person you are. Because both of those are good movies, but I don't think I've ever met anyone, maybe Ferris Bueller, plenty of people are out there saying that's their favorite movie.
I think it's probably Truman Show, though.
Truman Show is such an interesting pick for favorite movie.
It's perfect.
Of all the movies.
Perfect.
It's good. I've seen it and I liked it.
And it's always interesting to think about because it's never disprovable. It's like such a good premise.
I assure you, Joshua, that you are not in a movie starring Joshua Fjellstead, and I'm just a bit character.
Well, I wouldn't want to be. You'd be, what's that guy? We're just going to meet up at the end of the bridge that's under construction, drink a 6-pack, and lament how we...
That's how you see me?
Wouldn't that be a compliment? That's his best friend in the movie.
That's true, yeah. It just sounds like someone you, like, get drunk and commiserate with. It's sort of a sad existence.
Talk about Pokemon.
Who did you... I also caught a tentacle in the bay.
I caught a fucking... I didn't catch a tentacle. I fucking killed it. Tenta-KO'd.
That's cool. It's a cool thing to say.
Then on the beach, Spearow. Slaughtered.
You killed a Spearow too?
I got 3 Spearows, and I have a Fearow in my team.
So fucking...
Well, I don't need
so
4
fucking gutsy.
Spearows plus a Fearow.
So gutsy. Wait till we get to the Final Four and they kill literally all your Pokemon. You're like, I can't finish the game because I refuse to catch any of those tentacles and Spearows.
I also haven't used up all my fishing spots in the towns, so I got
gutsy.
backups. I got backup plans.
So anyway,
Well,
that's all that Treasure...
Keep in mind, none of my Pokemon have died for 3 episodes, so...
No, I know. That's what Treasure Beach is. That's all that happens on Treasure Beach. There's no treasure.
No, there are... Yeah, you use Item Finder.
Oh, okay. I didn't use Item Finder, but like the trainers here are like, we're here to like catch treasure that's washed ashore. And I was like, I don't see any treasure.
Well, I didn't get any treasure either, because you know what I got? 2 Ultra Balls.
Okay, I can just buy those.
I could buy 20, and I have 20.
Yeah.
So I don't need 2 more.
You can buy 1,000. I don't care.
Well, where's a big pearl? Where's some Stardust?
Yeah, where's rare candies?
Like, fuck this.
That's what I could use.
Treasure Beach sucks.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't even name the island.
Surf your way back up to one island. You go into all the little village huts around here, and you talk to everyone, and they're like, welcome to one island. It's the home of Mount Ember, the big volcano. Just make your way north if you want to go up to Mount Ember. So you do.
What else is there?
And the road up to Mount Ember is called Kindle Road, and it's covered in smashable rocks, and you need to dip into the Lava Ridge style hot springs
Ember Spa.
and talk to some folks in there to get the HM for Rock Smash.
Yeah, and you can get healed in there.
And you teach it to Eradicate, because that's what he's there for.
Yeah. Or you can teach it to your Gyarados because you didn't know that you didn't have to do that.
So anyway, you make your way up Kindle Road. There's plenty of catchable routes here. Joshua, who'd you catch?
Ponyta.
Oh, nice.
I was excited about that. And the other reason I was excited, aside from that it was the first time that I caught one, is that it's my sweetie, Joshy's sweetie, Ponyta.
Ooh.
Ponyta is derived from pony, a small horse.
Oh, it's Joshy's facty.
Yeah. It phonetically sounds like the foreign word bonita, which means pretty in Spanish.
Did you say foreign word?
Yeah, this is Bulbapedia. Foreign word. Very Amerocentric Bulbapedia.
Then they specify it means pretty in Spanish. Why not just say it sounds like the Spanish word bonita, which means pretty?
That is weird.
What a weird syntax for that.
Where's Bulbapedia based?
It's like so othering to call it the foreign word.
Is Bulbapedia canceled?
I think so. I mean, they're always going on about like hentai and like perverts and stuff.
I think that's
in some of these previous
mostly.
segments.
I think that's like us maybe taking some artistic license with what they say.
I think I copy and pasted most of that stuff right from Bulbapedia. What else you had to tell me about Ponyta?
Also, Ponyta and its evolved form, Rapidash, are based on fiery steeds in mythology, such as those belonging to the Greek god Helios.
Cool.
Skinfaxi of Norse mythology, or the horses of Ashvins, or Ashvins in Hindu mythology. And they all look cool as fucking hell.
Cool factoids about Ponyta. It's your what did you name your Ponyta?
Oh, Irina, who is a mistress of Tony Soprano.
He's got mistresses. He's not even committed to his family.
Oh, most of the women that I've named these Pokemon after in this whole season have been a mistress. What a show, Sopranos.
What a show. I also caught a Ponyta.
Congrats.
Violet Bonham Carter. V. Bonham Carter.
That makes sense, yeah.
Helena Bonham Carter's mother.
She was a prominent liberal MP in 1920s and 1930s Britain who was a close friend and confidant of Winston Churchill. She wrote a great bio of him, by the way.
Oh, that's why you like her.
And eventually, she was the first female leader of the Liberal Party.
Oh, wait, I was joking about Helena.
That's pretty good.
I was joking about Helena Bonham Carter's mother. That's not true, right?
Oh, no, that's literally true. Well, her grandmother, Helena
grandmother,
Bonham
right.
Carter's grandmother.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's another little Joshy's fun facty there for you.
Joshua, I made my way upward through Kindle Road to Mount Ember, and once I got there, I thought, I see what's happening here. This is a dungeon, and I'm going to dive into it, and when I get to the top or bottom or whatever, I'm going to face off against Moltres, because it's the last legendary Pokemon I haven't faced off against. And I thought to myself, I'm going to deploy Tanner's strategy, Tanner's surefire strategy for catching interesting Pokemon in dungeons.
I feel like it's been about a third fire strategy.
Dropped a max repel.
Yeah.
Started making my way up. Got to the first boulder. Did a rock smash on it. Geodude jumped out at me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think max repels work against rock smash Geodudes.
No.
Or if they did, this one got through somehow.
It was just ready for a fight.
Yeah. So I caught Geodude Q-tip.
First Geodude, or do you have a Geodude?
No, first one.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Thank you.
I noticed back at Fuchsia City, we need 50 different types of Pokemon in order to get the experience share of Pokemon podcast.
Yeah. I still haven't gotten
And
it.
I'm at like 44. So
Yeah.
that might not happen.
What a disappointment. I was like, God, I can't wait to see what cool fire type Pokemon there are in this place. I caught a Geodude. Who'd you catch?
I was hoping for a Magmar because Magmar, I mean, which is a disgusting statement, and I understand that.
I'm hoping for a Magmar.
It's a new fire type. It gets me closer to getting that experience share, and it's unique to Leaf Green. But what did I get? I got a Machop.
What's my equivalent?
Although Machop, I also did not have yet, so.
Oh, yeah, and that's a good mon. If you want to put the time into to level that son of a gun.
I mean, I think we're both going to be making a lot of decisions over the next week or so to figure out what we're going to bring into the Elite Four.
This is fucking bullshit. I just looked up what Pokemon are available in Mount Ember.
Yeah.
And what the version exclusives are. Here's the version exclusives for Mount Ember. Leaf Green gets Magmar.
Yeah.
Fire Red gets Spearow.
Oh, one more chance to get a couple more Spearow.
Oh, wait. No, it's not even Spearow. We both have the option to catch Spearow, except in Leaf Green, Spearow is level 32, and in Fire Red, Spearow is level 30. The version exclusives is I get to catch a level 30 Spearow, and you get to catch a level 32 Spearow, or a Magmar.
Yeah, I'm looking at strategywiki.org, and your column is blank next to Magmar, and I just get Magmar.
Stupid.
But that's probably going to bite me in the ass on one of these other islands.
But you didn't even catch a Magmar, so who cares?
No, and I wouldn't have fucking used it, to be honest. If I use any of these fire Pokemon, I will be using Vulpix Ninetales this time, because I haven't used it before.
Cool. Well, then that's our journey through the first three
Well,
of
at the top,
7.
you make it to Moltres.
Oh, yes. You get to the top, there's Moltres. You can fight him, and I did, and I beat him.
I left him there.
Okay. You're so weak.
I'm not going to disturb these legendary Pokemon just so I can kill them.
I killed all 3.
It's like an endangered species. The last of its kind.
Killed all 3. I used it to level. He was just level fodder for me, for my Poliwhirl.
Wow.
So, welcome to hell, Moltres. You were sent there by Uncle Steve.
Well, speaking of Uncle Steve and Poliwrath, should we do our level check? I mean, we're going to Viridian City.
Yeah,
and
this is
we
it.
know what's there. It's just the gym.
We made our way through Sevii Islands, and we're headed to Viridian City to take on Giovanni, and we may as well just do level check.
You just hitch a ride back with Bill, and he tells you if you want to come back, you go to Vermilion, as Tanner already found out.
Yeah, and then you fly up to Viridian, and you take on Giovanni.
Yeah.
So who'd you go into Giovanni's? Well, tell me your team.
It's Jim Rattata's / level check.
Tell me your full team first, and then tell me who you took into battle Giovanni.
Dr. Melfi leads up the pack. Magneton. 52.
How long have you had a Magneton?
Who's 52? It's Magneton.
You've had a Magneton for a while? Why is this news? Why does this feel like news to me?
This is the second episode with it.
Okay.
Probably gonna make it.
Smart.
But I would not say it is definitive for Elite Four.
Smart choice. It's a strong Pokemon.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Christopher, Primate, level 53.
Mm-hmm.
Silvio, my Gyarados,
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it.
who's 52.
Who's 52?
He's 52. And then Tone Soprano, Venusaur, 53.
Mm-hmm.
Polly, Walnuts, Vero, 53.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Baca Leary, Executor, 53.
Not bad. Notice I didn't.
They're all up there. I put in some work, but not enough.
Notice I didn't say pathetic or sad or that's cute after any of your levels.
That is nice, yeah.
We've gotten to a place where there's some parity. Not a lot of parity, but I have some Pokemon down at level 53 and 52.
Okay.
So,
Just some.
yeah, a few.
Always over leveling. That's your thing.
Uncle Steve, welcome to the team, Uncle Steve, you polyamorous 65-year-old beautiful man, you.
Seattleite.
Seattleite, that's how they do it out in
That's
Seattleite.
what goes on in the Pacific Northwest.
Poliwrath, level 53.
And what level was the Poliwag when you caught it?
Maybe like 19.
Oh, God.
Just, all I did was level him.
And we just don't even have the experience share, so it's really rough.
Well, it was like a fire-heavy route, so it was very easy to...
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, it was hard. It was time-consuming, but...
What else you got?
Loki, Arcanine, level 54.
Okay.
Nate Rogers, Executor, level 53.
And are you going to keep that? Are we both going to end up keeping those?
I think so. Kind of a spicy little mon.
Yeah.
He's my main plant-type Pokemon. My other option is to swap out Executor for Tangela, but I love that Executor has that Psychic.
Yeah. Obviously, as we saw, my moveset is great, so I don't want to get rid of mine either.
My moveset is also pretty good, and he's got Sleep Powder, and he's one of my few... Well, actually, you know what? I'm looking at it now. I've got 2 Mare Sleeps on my team now.
I have 2 Mayor Sleeps.
Mewtwo, Alakazam, level 56.
Wow. Okay.
It's kind of hard not to...
Where's that coming from?
He was like backup. Like,
Well, that's what you should have had out with those bikers and the cue ball, man.
I know. But like he just kind of picked up levels naturally with all the battling going on this week.
Yeah.
MF Doom, Kangaskhan, level 52. And Mike Healed, Machamp, level 55.
Very respectable. Who do you think's going to make it? You got any thoughts of anyone on the chopping block? Are you feeling good?
I feel pretty good. Kangaskhan is sort of an X factor.
Yeah.
It's not terribly exciting to just have a normal type Pokemon on the team.
But that's kind of why I want to keep Fearow. It's like I know there are better Pokemon I can replace Fearow with, but isn't it kind of fun to bring something like very strange to the Elite Four?
It's sort of weird, sort of wild, and Kangaskhan just has like a bajillion hit points too.
Yeah.
He can like weather a lot of storms. So, I don't know. I might swap out that Kangaskhan, but
I feel like
see.
Mystery Dungeon put Kangaskhan on the map too.
I think so too.
The sweetie little proprietor of the storage.
Hey, hun.
Yeah.
Welcome to my shop, hun. What can I get for you? Yeah, Kangaskhan's interesting. I don't know. I don't have any, I don't know what I would swap it out with, though.
I have ideas.
I'd have to level a Pokemon, which I'm not really super interested in doing. Tell me.
Well, I won't tell you because this...
No, we're partners and we're collaborators here, Josh.
This team will run me through the Elite Four, and I'm pretty confident once they're leveled a bit more, they can take me through the Elite Four. Mm-hmm. But what if it be saucy if I raise someone in the wings to unleash specifically for our battle?
Okay, I'm going to do the same then.
Well, yeah, we're collaborators.
Yeah,
so.
And we're enemies. And
yeah, so I'll tell you that I'm thinking about that, but I will not say who it is.
Okay, I'm thinking about it too now, and I wasn't about 3 minutes ago, but I am now, and I'm definitely going to level someone, and I haven't identified whom yet.
I have several ideas, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who I can... We'll see what kind of talent I can find in the coming week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Headed into the battle, Joshua.
Who'd you bring in?
Everyone but Arcanine.
Yeah, everyone but Magneton, obviously.
I did not see Arcanine being super useful in a predominantly ground type gym.
Yeah, and I didn't see Magneton being particularly alive in a ground gym. So
It didn't matter. I used precisely one Pokemon through all of Giovanni's cronies and Giovanni, and his name was Uncle Steve, the polyamorous Poliwrath.
that makes sense. Yeah.
He's literally all I used.
Yeah, it's again like not an interesting battle.
The gyms are no longer going to be compelling for these Nuzlocke runs. They're even less compelling in regular seasons. Like, you guys already complained that the gyms weren't compelling because, like, we were over-leveled. But guess what? We're even more over-leveled for Nuzlocke.
I think we put in maybe some extra time when we were preparing for the David episode, but, like, we didn't put in that much time extra to level.
No, and none of my mod are, like...
You end up over-leveled by now.
Except for Poliwrath, who I spent hours leveling. None of my mod took that much leveling this
Well, and
week.
it's also just a total fucking joke. Like, why does he have 2 Rhyhorns?
Yeah.
One of them's level 50. Why is that one not a Rhydon? Come on.
Yeah, what you prevented it from evolving.
He's got a Nido King, a Dugtrio, Nido Queen. That's cool. That's interesting.
Well, I don't think it's interesting.
It's
and
not interesting. I mean, I would
absolutely obliterated him.
Team. It was just Gyarados surfing on Dugtrio, Rhyhorn, and then Executor, Psychic, Nidoking, and Nidoqueen.
My Poliwrath got out there and he dropped a rain dance and he was just dancing in the rain like a beautiful ballerino
That's beautiful.
and then surfing all over their asses.
Yeah.
And it was easy. Got in and out, no problems.
That's it for Giovanni. Team Rocket's disbanded. You get the Earth Badge, and you get TM26 Earthquake.
One of his Pokemon fucking tried to drop an Earthquake on me and it was like, it hit and just didn't do any damage. I was like, I thought I remember Earthquake being a devastating move.
It can be, depending on who's delivering it.
I don't remember who delivered it, but it did not take a significant enough chunk off of Poliwrath that I felt worried about it.
Poliwrath is also pretty hardy.
Yeah, he's a tough boy.
I think they might all know Earthquake, now that I'm thinking about it.
That makes sense.
But it could have been a fucking Rhyhorn. And then it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it through, Joshua. That was the leg of the journey this week through the first 3 of the 7 Sevii Islands and into Viridian to take on Giovanni.
The 8th gym and the last gym.
Next week, we will be headed to Victory Road
Classic.
to see what's going on, and then we will go to the Elite Four to take them on in our penultimate episode of the season before we start chasing waterfalls and seeing what the post-game has to offer us.
Yeah, over on those other Sevii Islands. Probably a beautiful little respite after this daunting journey.
God, I hope so. I hope they have, like, daiquiris. I would love a daiquiri right now.
Me too, man. And next week,
Okay.
we will be joined by Anthony Smith, a friend of the pod, aka real-life friend. Fancies himself a Sinnoh expert, but he is going to be joining us now because we've been trying to get him on the show for a while.
He can come back for Sinnoh, too. I don't care.
We're going to have him back for Sinnoh as well.
Join us for that. Bug catchers. Anthony is great. I know him somewhat. I played HOTS with him one time, and he designated me an honorary gay.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was nice. It was very touching of him to do that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, bug catchers, please rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Follow it on Spotify, Stitcher, Overcast, wherever you follow podcasts. Please leave us 4 or 5-star reviews if you
4?
can.
Why are you saying 4? How about 5?
Because it's actually good to have a little bit of mix. If it's too many 5-star reviews, it looks suspicious.
Well,
So,
really? Is that
yeah.
the new, like, little hot tip you got?
If you want to leave us a star rating lower than that,
No.
I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but please don't. It really does hurt us to do that.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at EXPSharePod. We do a lot of fun stuff there. We do
Especially this season.
fun little videos, audiograms. Yeah, and I couldn't think of the word.
With clips from the episode.
We do level checks so you can put a name to the face. We honor our deceased each week with
Mostly Tanner
a
now.
heavenly set of staircases where they can climb and greet their fallen brethren.
Yeah. Rest in petals.
Rest in petals.
And then we put up some shit on the Instagram stories too. You get extra bonus content. So don't sleep on it.
Don't sleep on it. Go find us on Reddit too, reddit.com/r/bugcatchers, where
Yeah.
you can interact with other fans of the show. Josh does a lot of work over there. So
Put in show notes every week so you can see the clips. And like sometimes I pop in and say some crap.
I did sign up for Reddit. My name is Captain Mr. Squirt, but I don't ever sign in or look at it.
Oh, that username was still available?
Somehow, yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us, bug catchers. Thank you for joining me, Joshua.
Thank you, Tanner.
As always, my name is Gloomring, a.k.a. Tanner Greenring, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Venomosh, a.k.a. Josh Fjellstead. Goodbye, bug catchers. Goodbye, Josh.
Smell you later.